I'm gonna write it how the kids write. They'll say 2.2.3a graph. I always see the kids do that, so I'm gonna write it like that too. Okay, now 2.2.3. Oh, we own B. B says explain the meaning of the term break even point. Okay, that's in this given context. It must be in this context. Okay, here now what is break even point first? Break even point is when a business, let's make it general. Break even point is when a business has made no profit and it has made no loss. So now they're saying here, so there's no profit, there's no loss, right? So which means the income is the same as the expense for the same number of packets. Is where the income is the same as the expenses. Now they say in this context, so I'm going to go ahead and say in this business, the number of packets are also the write down the number of mixed vegetable packs that must be sold to break even. Easy. 16. So that will be C. We need 16 there. 2.3. Anele wants to purchase a commercial vegetable slicer to assist with the chopping of the vegetables. As shown in the picture below, 2 payment options she can choose from are also shown below. So payment option 1, cash price, and payment option 2, which is a monthly installments with deposit of 20% cash of the cash price and paying the rest of the money, 24 monthly payments of 95 rands. Okay, so now it says use the information above to answer the questions that follow. Anela is thinking of using payment option 2. Calculate the deposit amount as she has to pay. Now let's go back. It said the deposit 20% off the cash price. There's the cash price times that by 20 and we have a winner. Okay, so 2.3.1. We're going to say deposit is equal to, and the price we said 1,799 rands multiplied by 20%. I'm going to show you again. There it is. 1,799, 20% of cash price, and that is how we're going. And I'm just going to show you one more time what I do with the percentage. I say 20 divided by 100, and then I do that on the calculator, multiplied, and then it gives me 0.20, and I multiply that and get the answer. And that is 359 rands and 80 cents. B says determine rounded to the nearest rand the total amount Anele will have paid for the vegetable slicer after 24 months. Okay, now let's go to payment option 2. 24 months, she's going to be paying 95 rands for 24 months, but that's not the only amount she's going to pay. She's also going to pay 359 rands and 80 cents, which is a deposit. So total payment will equal to the deposit, which is 359.80, plus she's paying 95 rands a month for 24 months. So multiply that by 24 and we'll get. So this is the deposit plus, and then we say 95 times 24 and we get 2,218 plus 359.80, and that gives us a total of 2,639 rands and 80 cents. Now we can see that it is way more than what the price was, which was 1,799, but we're not done. The question says, rounded to the nearest rand. Now, where is the nearest rand? That just means that there mustn't be any cents, right? So we're going to end there. What we're going to do is we're going to check the neighbor there. It's a 5 and above. It belongs to 5 and above group, which means this must change. So if this changes, this becomes 10, and then 10 is now like that. So this one, there's going to be a 0 there. There's going to be a 0 there, and the 1 goes there, and that's 4. So that's 2,640 rands and no cents. Nearest rand. Annale's brother, Tony, who lives in the United States of America, decided to send her money to buy the vegetable slicer using payment option 1. So she's going to be using payment option 1, which is cash, 1,799 rand. And below shows the exchange rate of South Africa in relation to the currencies of other countries. 1 rand, 1 South African, does that mean South African, which is, okay, we say ZAR instead of SAR because Saudi Arabia already has SAR, okay? So 1 rand is equal to $0.6, or $1 is 14 rand and 86 cents. Now, just remember this question paper is from 2021. The rand changes every day. Okay. Then the euros and the pounds and the yen, right? Okay, so, and then it says, use the information and the table above to answer the questions that follow. Explain what the term exchange rate means. Okay, now I don't remember ever coming across this definition, but okay. I'm just going to go ahead and, if I think it through first, I would say it is the amount of money which is exchanged for one country, exchanged for another currency, another for the it is the amount of the money, the weight of the I'm gonna say weight, the weight of one country's money when it is compared to the weight of another country's money. Ha! There you go. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to write it down, though. You Google it. So that would be A, 2.3.2A. And then B, identify the currency that is weaker than the rand. How do you know that a currency is weaker than the rand? Okay, if a currency is weaker than the rand, you get more of that. You get more of that currency than the rand. For example, I know that the dollar is stronger because for just $1 mere dollar, you have to cough up 14 rands. That means the dollar is stronger than the rand. But if the dollar was weaker, then we would pay less rands and get more dollars. Am I making sense? Okay, let's look at this one. If you look here, for 1 whole rand, you get 0.0 cents. That means the numbers themselves, how much you're getting is what will determine the weakness or the strength of a currency. Okay, so what you're getting is what determines the weakness or the strength of a currency. For example, here I have 1 rand. I give the rands to somebody and they give me 0.06 cents. I gave them a whole rand. That means my rand is weak. It gets me almost nothing in dollars. Same as the euro, same as the pound, right? But once I have 1 rand in against the Japanese yen. Is it a Japanese yen or the Chinese yen? I can't remember. Okay. Then I am completely happy because I'm going to get 7 yen. All right. Okay, so this one here, the yen, is the one that is weaker, because if I put a rand, I get a lot of yen, right? But if I put 1 rand, I'll get very little dollars. So the weaker one is the one that where you're going to get the most money. So the answer here is the yen, weaker than the rand. So Tony sent Anele $130. Ooh, that's a lot of money. I know, because I'm always looking at the exchange rate. Okay, so determine rounded to the nearest rand the amount Anela received from Tony. Okay, so how do we convert exchange rates? Okay, so first of all, this says a US dollar, so we're going to use the US dollar. You can use this or you can use this. It's actually the same thing, but I'm going to use this one here where it says 1 rand. So I'm first going to write what I know, which is 1 rand is equal to how many dollars? 0.0672251. I'm not even good at writing the dollar sign either. And now we're going to go ahead and do our cross multiplication, where I'm going to say I have $130 and the dollars are written this side, so I'm going to write these dollars as well on this side, and that is $130, right? And then I'm going to say I don't know how many rands this is. The cross multiplication will tell me. So now let's cross multiply. 1 rand multiplied by $130 is equal to the unknown multiplied by $0.06721, right? And then what I'm going to say is I have the unknown here. It's sitting with this amount and they are multiplying. I have to do the opposite, and that is divide. Opposite of multiply is divide. So I'm going to divide by 0.06725. 1, and that cancels that. But what I've done this side, I need to come into this side, so that's 0.0. I'm going to divide this side as well with this amount, and the rest is just to press the calculator. Okay, so I wrote the answer of the calculator. Now I'm going to round off the nearest rand, so that is going to be 1,933 rands and no cents. Okay.